What's up, folks? This is the Marriage Crew, realourway. I'm not sure if this is you guys' first time seeing us, but we have a few episodes out through certain podcasts, whether that be on YouTube, whether that be through Spotify. You can find us on Apple. Anything else, honey? Google.
Yeah.
Yahoo?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. And today we're going to be discussing social media.
All right, so that's a big topic. As you know, in this day and age, we have a lot of social media platforms where we can express ourselves, where we can show the world what we're doing, where we can inspire others, where we can just let it all out. And I don't know about you all, but social media became like a big thing for me starting in my undergrad years, around like
freshman year for us.
So that was 06, 07?
Freshman
like
year.
MySpace.
The Verdejos are older, so it was,
wow. Why? Wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay. Age ain't nothing but a number. But pretty much it started in 07-ish. And I remember like being in my undergrad year when Facebook came about, and I remember Facebook only being for like college students, and then they have expanded tremendously, and all of this great stuff that goes with it. But over those time frames, you start to see us like connected to our phones more. You see us putting a lot of more pictures out there. You see a lot of conversations happen through comments and messenger versus face to face. So, I believe there are pros and cons to social media. It helps you stay connected to people who are, afar, whether they're in a different state, a different country. But at the same time, we kind of want to touch base on, does it interfere with your marriage? For us, social media does interfere with our marriage, and sometimes not always for the better, for the good. So this is realourway, and we want to keep it real and just share some tidbits. Now, about today's episode, it's not our normal, question, answer, story. This is more of a we don't know what we're about to answer question. We're just going to pick some numbers, and the crew's going to pick some numbers, and I'm going to go ahead and read a couple questions off, and they're just going to answer it. We didn't rehearse this. It's not scripted. But before we kick it off, I have a couple questions for you all. Do everyone here have social media? I know we do, but just to kind of let our family know out there.
I have Facebook.
Okay, that's it?
Yes, that's all I choose to have due to my professional career. I choose not to have multiple social medias, so I only have Facebook, the one that I started in 2005 when it first came out.
Man, okay, so only one, Facebook.
So 15 years.
Okay, committed to social media. No,
I have Instagram, and that's primarily my only social media account that I'm active on. I do have a Facebook account, but I don't really get on there unless I want to be nosy about something.
Talk about lurking.
Sis, that's the only reason I get on there.
Yeah.
Be nosy, see what everybody else talking about.
So primarily my main account is Instagram. So
I have Facebook, but just like my wife, I don't get on there at all. I think it's too much right now, too many groups and too many things being added. Messenger, too much for me. But I am actively involved in my Instagram page. And I like it. I switched it up a little bit to where in the beginning, my Instagram page was a little bit more to my age at the time, like, posting something for people that I know that are hating, stuff like that. Now I'm more in the family husband mode to where everything that I have on my Instagram page is either about my wife, my daughter, or myself, or my career, which is basketball, and helping at-risk and youth. That's it.
That's real good. Do you guys have professional social media, like your LinkedIn?
Well, real quick, how many social media accounts do you have?
That's real good. Thank you. So I have Facebook, and then I have Instagram, and then I was about to say LinkedIn as well. But with Facebook, again, I started like years ago. And at first it was just kind of, okay, what is this new platform? Getting used to it. But now, like, my bro was saying, Facebook can become too much. Yeah. It's really like a book, like people's lives, chapters upon chapters. And maybe that's how people express themselves, but to me, it becomes a bit too much. Like my feed keep going. Where I'm just like, all right, I got about 7 to 10 minutes of scrolling. If I miss something, hopefully the highlight pops up where I can like, comment, and not because I just, don't want to support people, if that's, you call support, but it's just, I have other things that I have to focus on, within my home, within my life, that I really, like, I have to think, like, is it bringing value? Like, it's good to say, hey, what's up? But yeah, time is of the essence, and we don't have forever. And then for Instagram as well, I'm a little bit newer to it, but I used to always say, like, I'm not getting another social media unless it's pertaining to my business or, something that I'm trying to grow or whatnot. And it started off like that. And then it started going more to like family. But as time is going, I think it's a great way to like market yourself or to bring awareness to something or just promote love. So there are some, like we said before, pros and cons. But y'all ready to get into these questions? Yes. They have no idea. And they have to answer these questions for real. So hold up your 3 fingers and say, I will say the truth. Girl.
Which 3 fingers?
Forget it. All right.
I will say the truth.
Alrighty. So who wants to start first?
I'll go
Anyone.
first.
Okay. Pick a number.
All right.
We'll pick a paper.
Husband Johnson.
This is my husband, Brian D. Johnson.
Question number 4.
Okay. Now when you get this question, please just don't give us one word. We want to hear it.
You the question.
Negative. All right. Don't peek
Yeah,
at
she
the
don't get to see the
question. You was
question.
like, please,
Think
wait,
about
what's
it.
number 3? I'm going to get 3. All right. Number 4. Do you post a lot of content on social media or are you a looker / lurker? And I think you kind of answered that.
Yeah, I'm more of a looker. Periodically, certain milestones in my children's life or my wife's life, I'll post, but that's pretty much it. I don't get on there to post every day. I use Facebook as the news. It tells me what's going on. What I need to be aware of. Anytime I see anything negative, I skip right past it. I like to read only positive information. I will actually delete people from my friends list if I see too much negativity. Help me with that word.
Negativity.
Yeah. Negativity. Yeah. See, we didn't rehearse this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I like to get on there just to kind of be a little nosy, but there are times where I'll fast from Facebook. I feel like you'll be surprised the habits you'll form by just picking up on your phone just to, check your social media. And if you ever try actually fasting, refraining from going into social media, see how many times you catch yourself trying to go to the app throughout the day. And you have to remind yourself, like, nope, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't post a lot of content because of what?
It's just me particularly. My family is sacred.
That's good.
You don't need to know everything that's going on in my world. That's why I say I really you'll catch me, if it's my children's birthday, it's my wife's birthday. If they have accomplishment or they've achieved something, I'll share that, but I don't feel you need to know their whereabouts. People are crazy, man. And so
that's good.
I'm conscious of that as, the husband and father of our household. So I don't get on there and post everything, all whereabouts and things of that nature. I'm not checking into this. You don't need to know where I'm at. So that would be the reason.
The location things, I agree with that.
So I'm happy you got that question because just like a little insert, last night, this is real. I was on social media looking at you look at your page. What am I putting out there? What am I representing, promoting out there? I want to be authentic in who Shayna is. But at the same time, I just, I was scrolling through my page and then I was like, I post a lot of stuff and I tag my husband on Facebook. He's not on Instagram. And then I went on his page. I'm like, he don't really post, and he may post once or twice a year about me, and I kind of got in my feelings. So I'm looking at other people's pages, and I shared with the crew, and I'm just like comparing, like, oh, does this person's spouse put them on there, promote them, and I'm getting in my feelings, and I'm just like, hold up. Like, you know your marriage, you know your love,
Right,
and
know
you
what
don't
you
have
got.
to display that on Facebook. And not saying those who display it, it doesn't mean that, or
Right.
that they don't really mean it. But the reality of it is, you know, of course I'm posting highlights
Right.
or, you know, the good stuff. I may post a couple things, but it's just like, for the most part, that just because you have a nice picture on Facebook or you have a nice caption,
Right.
or I'm always like this, it doesn't always mean that, you know, I'm
It's
doing
not always
good.
real.
Yeah.
Right. And what you post, you know, as far as if it is a picture or whatever it may be, that shouldn't come to you to make you look at, oh, am I measuring how much he loves me, or am I measuring how much he's thinking about me or sharing me with the world? Like that shouldn't be a part of it at all as far as a post.
Right.
And I think that's where our, you know, nowadays the younger generation, they're getting into that mindset to think, okay, if he does post me, then he really do love me. Like no.
Or if I get a certain amount of likes, people really like me.
Yeah, that's fake likes. No, I'm not gonna say all of them. But no, it's true. Like, what about your circle? What about your real support system? And I think comparison kills. And I had to, and I had to talk to my husband. I'm just like, why? And I asked them, you know, I know he loves me, but I'm just like, well, why don't you really post us? And that's why I asked that question of why don't you give a lot of content? Like you said, it's sacred. And that is the truth. And we can get so caught up in the world perception of what love is. Love is you posting me and we smooching. And not saying that it's not love by all means. I'm just saying in my household, for me, I had to ask him because I felt some type of way. But then I had to be reminded, like, you know what you have. You know your marriage. And just because even if you don't post for a whole year, that don't mean that something's not right. Or I take 10 pictures without my husband that
we're not together.
Or, you know, oh, you see she didn't have a ring on her. Like, I mean, people start to speculate. We all do it. You know, nobody's, you know, innocent from that, but that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
I know the questions. Y'all going. I know.
But you're going to answer some, right?
Yeah, I just talked about this. Look it. So go ahead. Look it. Next time you can ask a question. This is going to be real good for you.
Oh my goodness.
My favorite one.
Mia, do you think, wow, this is good. Do you feel like you need to keep up with appearances on social media? Well, let's
talk
be real.
about that.
Keeping up with appearances on social media. I will say for me, social media does give me ideas or different ways that I could, you know, I guess, you know, put myself together as far as clothing, makeup, hair, you know, things like that, as far as, you know, the way that I appear. But as far as keeping up with, let's say, the Joneses or, you know, that term or something like that, no. That's definitely not the case for me. I feel like my husband and I, we're very content and, you know, secure in our relationship and what we have and, you know, our goals as far as what we're trying to achieve, to where I don't need to appear a certain way.
If anything, sometimes we use it as motivation.
Yeah.
More than anything.
So motivating.
Motivating us as you know, as a couple, or things that we are aspiring to have, to acquire, you know, to achieve in the future.
Right. Yeah. So will you post a picture with you like your hair messy, with you some sweats, with a sandwich in your hand, or do you feel like you have to have like just a certain representation, not in a bad way, but like I have to look a certain way because I know people are going to see it, or do you just like, I don't care, I just want to post a picture?
Yeah, I think for me, I don't post myself as being in my chilling with no makeup on. Like I don't see myself posting myself like that often. But yeah, I'm just keeping it real. Like
that's good.
I don't. Yeah.
And I believe presentation matters.
Absolutely.
That's a good
matters.
Bro.
I would never post a picture on, you know, I love lounging around and I'm not into fashion or anything like that, but you know, I definitely wouldn't post anything on social media of myself, you know, not presentable.
Right.
You know, if I don't have a haircut, like I'm not gonna be. I want to be presentable, you know, to the world. I'm not ashamed to say that. You know, I don't feel I'm conceited or anything like that. But I feel like I was taught and raised
a certain
way around, you know, being presentable.
Yeah, right.
However, though, I don't believe you should do it for people.
Right.
Right.
That's true.
That's good. So the next question will be Zeus.
Me.
Mr. Verdejo
Here
is
we
going to
go.
pull a question.
Number 3.
Number 3. You want to read it? Okay. What is the average amount of time that you spend on social media, Mr. Verdejo?
The average amount that I spend on social media daily, I would say probably about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
Throughout the whole day.
Throughout the whole day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When you add it all up.
Right. In the morning as I'm driving to work.
Oh, not while you're driving, baby.
He stops at a red light.
Real, right?
Come on. Ooh, come on.
After work, on
Tell
the
the
way
truth.
back
Oh,
home.
Lord.
On the way back home, sometimes I just, I can either go on YouTube sometimes and just listen to different motivational things or gospel music or even the old music that I like to hear.
We're not talking about music. Don't let me throw you off.
Yeah.
He said 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, but 2 to 3 hours, I would say. for
Do
me.
you say that's a lot of time? I mean, your honest opinion, or do you think that's just like your average time? Like, just like, it's okay, like, for those hours?
Depending on what you do, on your professional career, I can see it both ways. I can see it for somebody being too much, or I can see it for somebody just being, that's not even too much.
Yeah, right.
It's just normal. So,
And even for you with your basketball, profession, you do watch.
Yeah.
I see when
keep up with different.
Yeah, he's
somewhat.
watching a lot of basketball clips.
Yeah.
Different players. And,
Yeah, my
around
former
the
players
world.
are now at Division One basketball, or even trainers, or even other coaches. Just just picking up different brains. I'm just like brother Brian or Big Bro. I don't get too much with the whole negativity part. I'm more of looking for motivational things and positive.
That's good. Okay, Mr. Brian Johnson, if you can pull another. Which one do you want?
Can I say something about that last question?
Okay, the average time that you spend.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I would say this. It's bad when you find yourself in the bathroom and you find yourself on social media.
Listen, it's true.
That's real-life way.
Yeah.
Well, it's a time to relax in the bathroom,
That's
right?
the time when you're relaxing.
Cut
You
out the
find
noise.
yourself
Take care of
on
business.
social media. That's when you know it's bad, and that's when I catch myself because at work, I'm just like, what am I doing? I got to get back to work, and it's this peaceful time you have, and you find yourself on social media. That's when I realize, like, all right, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think I want to throw that in there.
That was
No,
good.
that's good. So go ahead.
Number 1.
Number 1. All right. Do you think social media interferes with your marriage, Brian Johnson?
Absolutely. You find yourself, you work all day, you deal with the children, and then when you're having you time, whether, I'm watching a movie, or either I'm watching a TV show, whether we're engaging in conversation, pillow talk time, sometimes you find yourself where, you're trolling, just looking at stuff instead of really being in tune with your spouse. And, I would say, I try to be conscious of it, but sometimes, I don't necessarily get that social media time throughout the day because, I'm grinding. So when I'm decompressing, part of decompressing is I can look at Facebook without even watching TV.
Yeah, that's a good one. Decompress. Yeah.
And so, I know it's important to have that quality time with my spouse. I'm not perfect, but, if I'm conscious of it, and by conscious, typically my wife will take my phone away from me. This is our time. And I recognize what she's doing. Like, hey, this is our time. You've been at work all day. I've been at work all day. We need to be spending quality time. Well, instead of pushing back, I agree. You know what? You're right. So, yeah, absolutely, it interferes with your marriage. We just have to work on it. And this is why sometimes when it gets bad, as I stated earlier, I think it's important to refrain from it, to fast from it. Like, it can damage your marriage, especially if you're in a bad time with each other. When you're not on good terms in a marriage, well, you got to learn how to draw closer. And that right there will actually drive a wedge in your marriage.
Yeah,
that's good.
And Jay does a really good job. Like what he does when he wants to fast is he'll delete the app from off of his phone. I remember one day he was like, "Babe, I tried to go on there like 18 times." And I'm like, you don't think about it. And our phones are so smart now; they can track how long you've been on social media. And I think you can even set a timer or like a time frame of how long for the week or the day that you want to have that time, I guess, allotted for like social media or other things. But I know even for myself, like I may pull his phone, like, because I try to be conscious of it and be present in the moment. But there's times like we'll both get into bed and we're like, all right, we got the boys down, or we're just getting the little one down. Jalen's already sleeping, and then like I'm just like looking at something real quick, and then it's so easy to like look at one post to the next, to the next,
45 minutes done went by. 45 minutes done went by. And you spent no time with each other.
Right. We could have been planning something for our future. We could have been talking about investments. We could have been talking about like, and not saying that it's always about go mode or planning, but I think it's nothing wrong with like going on there and staying abreast of things, but I also believe that you can use that time to be a little bit more valuable. Like if I spend 5 hours on social media, like did I need 5 hours? Maybe like an hour could have been like just having this intimate time with him, or even with my kids, so the time go fast.
Okay, it's my turn.
Mia.
I will pull.
Thank you.
Number 5.
Lucky number 5.
Yeah, 5.
So Mia, do you post milestone celebrations about your marriage on social media?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Very happily and eagerly, and very proud. I mean, I'm definitely proud of our milestones and how far we've come.
Yeah.
So, absolutely, I will post our milestones on social media.
So do you post like everything? Like, okay, so it's the birthday, anniversary, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day. What are you posting?
I'm posting, like you said, those major milestones.
Okay.
Birthdays, definitely anniversary, Christmas, Thanksgiving, maybe.
And Mother's Day, Father's Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Those types of holidays, I should say milestones. But then, like you
Different
said,
family members' birthdays.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we may post that. But like, I guess you're trying to hone in on the milestones that we have within our marriage. Am I posting those types of milestones? And I'll just clarify, like, let's say I get a job promotion, or let's say Zeus gets, recognition at a meeting or a conference. I'm not really posting all of that.
That's good. Why not?
I guess just everything doesn't need to go on
good.
social media.
Mm-hmm.
Every little thing that goes on in your life, I feel, does not need to go on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So some things I will just, we'll keep private.
Mm-hmm.
We'll rejoice in it within ourselves, or within our family, or within our, close friends that, those that we're close with. But on social media, no. I think more so, like we were saying, it's just those major holidays.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
That's good. Awesome. All right, Mr. Verdejo.
Got the last one.
Number 2.
Okay. Well, we kind of talked about it at the beginning that we're all on social media, but how long have you been on Instagram? That's like the one that you're most active on. Like how long?
I would say probably since 2012,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, 2012, and of course the pictures and the quality. You can tell Instagram, good job. They have been improving. But yeah, since 2012. Yeah.
Do you see yourself getting any other social medias, or is that like just it's good for you? Like
Instagram.
Like aside from it, would you get like other one?
So I don't have Twitter.
Okay.
I think I created an account, but I have never used it. But I just think it's all you're doing is just replying back to somebody, right? Or to a bunch of people.
Making statements. Look at it. They don't know because we're not. And I'm sure there are good uses, but at the same time, like I don't know, like maybe on another level or platform, or even with Real Our Way, a good friend suggested we should, put this out on Twitter, and I think to reach different audiences.
Right.
So even if you're promoting marriage,
right?
Because let's be real, this is the Christian marriage movement. Family is the first, ministry, so this is a ministry. So, it may not look like your regular ministry, like in the church, but it's just outside of the church. That's what we're supposed to touch. So maybe if I put a statement out there of love your wives, love your husbands, or this is what love is, then, maybe somebody needs to see that message that's not on Instagram, on that platform, or on Facebook. Okay?
Right. But then, what I was going to say, Snapchat, I don't have that one.
No. I read
That's some young folks.
You right?
Yeah.
Well, so this was a good episode. Did you guys have any questions for me, Mia?
No. I think you kind of engaged once we answered our question. You would kind of come back with your reply. So I think that was good. Thank you for your lovely hosting. Oh, okay.
In your own opinion, what are the negative things that you see from social media, and what are the positive things? What are the pros and cons?
The negative and the positives. That's real good. So I feel like with Facebook, what I've seen, like, on there is we post feelings, a lot of feelings, and it's nothing wrong with feelings, but I do believe in discretion. I truly believe in that, because if I air stuff out on Facebook, let's say about my marriage, what am I trying to accomplish? Am I letting it out? And if that's your outlet, that's your outlet. And I think a lot of us are trying to figure out what to do with social media since it's still new. Like, this platform, is it a cry? Is it, I don't really have someone to talk to? I'm not going to a therapy session, like whatever it is, because you need to let out. I feel like, so many times we suppress so much, and we need to unpack it. And how do you do that? Some people, maybe the beauty shop, girl, let me tell you about this man. Or, yo, Mia, let me tell you, or my mom, or, my girlfriends, like whoever, like that's my outlet. Or church, or praying, that's an outlet. And so what I've seen, I wouldn't say it's negative, I just, putting your business out on the streets, I don't know, I don't agree with it, but I don't say you shouldn't do it, you're wrong if you don't. It's just, I just try to be mindful. It's not because my life is perfect, it's not because I don't have problems, I just try to deal with it here, and just put my best foot forward. And I would say what a negative is, because that's not a negative. It's just, I see a lot of feelings out there. But one thing is people bashing one another.
Yeah.
Or people promoting fighting amongst one another. And it don't have to be black on black. It could be white, black, pink, yellow, purple, whatever. Like promoting the negativity of, oh, did you see this? And da-da-da. And it's just like, no, let's not further promote that, and that's just me. I like to promote kindness. Like if you see my Facebook page, I try to do motivational things, not because, I just want to tell the world how to live their life. It's just, I believe like in, just helping people to be their best selves. And I want to let our light shine, not, we're light. The light overcomes darkness. We're salt of the earth. So I don't like to see those like negative, like people hating on another, or just like, let's talk, let's communicate. Positive, I love to see people like growing, like their children growing, or just like them still living, like just living their best life. Living their best life, and just celebrating their milestones. I think that's a beautiful thing, to be happy, whether it's, I just graduated, we may not go into details with promotions. I don't really typically post my promotions or anything. If you know me, then you know what's going on.
Right.
But for the most part, I'm happy to see people growing. I think it's a beautiful thing, because it inspires other people, it just says, well, that person, they got a promotion, then I could get a promotion. So I would say that. And there's our little bundle. Mr. Caden. Do you have words?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and close out. Thank you guys for listening and joining us today. We're super excited to continue to share our different stories, to keep it real with you guys, to keep it transparent. Just continue to follow us, support, share, like, all of the above.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's been real.
Love you all.
All right.
TMC.